No.
You sit up here and your job is to play games. But play with something safe, man. Don't play with me.
And when Joe Biden insulted you by saying, you ain't really black, we don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump, it seems to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part.
Radio shows and podcasts can be total game changers for artists, giving them that big break or sometimes ruining their careers if things go south. And in the world of hip-hop, The Breakfast Club is like the holy grail of interviews. It's the go-to spot where all the big names drop by, and it's run by none other than Charlamagne Tha God. Now, Charlamagne's got this reputation for throwing shade and stirring up drama, making guests squirm or even mess up their image. But sometimes guests come in ready to flip the script and give Charlamagne a taste of his own medicine. Today, we're diving into 7 epic moments when guests totally outplayed Charlamagne on The Breakfast Club.
I think that you're using racial and gender bias, which are actual real issues. The struggle that the black woman is going through in many industries is a real issue, but you're using it to focus on something that you're dealing with individually.
MoNique is a stand-up comedy legend and actress who's snagged just about every major award out there. She's got an Academy Award, a BAFTA, a Golden Globe, and a Screen Actors Guild Award. Plus, she's been nominated for an Emmy and a Grammy. MoNique first made waves with her stand-up in The Queens of Comedy, and even got a Grammy nod for Best Comedy Album in 2002. She then hit it big on TV with The Parkers and starred in movies like Fat Girls and Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins. But it was her role in Precious in 2009 that really put her on the map. She scored the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, becoming just the 4th black woman to win that honor. After that, she hosted The MoNique Show and played Ma Rainey in HBO's Bessie, which earned her an Emmy nomination. MoNique's got the awards to prove her talent, and she's still out here making moves. MoNique was totally snubbed when Netflix offered her $500K for a comedy special, while big names like Amy Schumer and Dave Chappelle were raking in $20 million. She called them out and even led a boycott that didn't quite go as planned. Charlamagne, never one to hold back, slapped her with the Donkey of the Day title on The Breakfast Club, saying she wasn't in the same league as those other comedians.
So I don't have to justify it. You can see it.
Do you do the numbers and ticket sales that Chris Rock does, that Dave Chappelle does, that Amy Schumer does?
If given the opportunities, why don't you answer the question?
At the time, MoNique was pushing hard for fair treatment for black women in the industry. She was seriously underpaid and felt disrespected by both Netflix and Charlamagne. When Charlamagne threw shade her way, MoNique fired back, asking if his family had ever faced discrimination. He had to awkwardly apologize after MoNique took her fight to Club Shay and made her case. In the end, MoNique's fans and family rallied behind her, pushing for a better apology. The saga didn't stop there. MoNique ended up suing and settling with Netflix, proving she had a valid point. Despite all the drama, you'd think Charlamagne would have learned his lesson, but nope, he was far from done.
Don't talk about Mercedes
Oh,
like
I bet
that.
I ain't know she
It's so disrespectful.
Nah, she ain't family, but still, though, with all my people, man, you know how I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we good, man.
Percy Miller, better known as Master P, is a true legend in the game. Born April 29, 1970, Master P is a rapper, producer, actor, and all-around entrepreneur. He launched No Limit Records in 1991, which later evolved into New No Limit Records and No Limit Forever Records. In the mid-90s, Master P and his crew, TRU, were everywhere, and his album Ice Cream Man was a major hit. The single Make 'Em Say, went platinum and became an anthem. Master P has dropped a whopping 15 studio albums over his career, solidifying his status as a rap icon. Years back, when Master P and Mercedes were making waves with their new tracks, they hit up The Breakfast Club to promote their stuff. But things took a cringe turn when Charlamagne decided to drop one of his infamous controversial comments. During the interview, Charlamagne started talking about Mercedes' album cover, which showed her striking a pose over the hood of a car. Instead of keeping it professional, he made a gross remark about her backside, saying something like, "Everyone's dropping music, but Mercedes? She's got a fat ass, though." Master P didn't hold back and called Charlamagne out right there. He told Charlamagne to keep his comments about Mercedes' body to himself, especially on live radio. The whole vibe shifted, and Charlamagne was left awkwardly silent after being put on blast. This incident wasn't just about one disrespectful comment. It spotlighted a bigger problem in the hip-hop world, the objectification of women. Master P was totally right to stand up for Mercedes, and it showed that calling out such behavior is crucial for respect in the industry.
You don't know nothing about that, man.
Nah, I don't.
Yeah, stop running your mouth, man.
And I don't want to.
Stop running your mouth. You shouldn't. It's dangerous.
Born Dwight Grant in Philly, Beanie made waves in the late 90s and early 2000s as a key player at Rockefeller Records. Known for his streetwise persona, Beanie wasn't about to let Charlamagne Tha God get away with pushing his buttons. The drama unfolded when Charlamagne threw out a rumor that Beanie only made it big thanks to Kanye West. To add some spice, he kept cutting Beanie off while he tried to explain. Charlamagne's line of questioning? He was probing Beanie about a time when Kanye had some goons at his dinner table demanding his chain. Beanie had to step in and clear things up for Kanye, risking his own neck in the process. Charlamagne's interruptions and lack of understanding about street culture had Beanie fired up. He laid it down hard, telling Charlamagne he didn't have a clue about the streets or Kanye's loyalty struggles. Beanie was like, "Don't talk about stuff you don't get, especially when it's about the street life you're not a part of." Charlamagne was left speechless as Beanie Siegel schooled him on respecting people's backgrounds and experiences. It was a clash of worlds, mainstream media versus real street knowledge. But while Beanie went hard, the next guest on the show handled Charlamagne's questions with a different, softer touch, and the fallout was just as intense.
I'm not scared because I'm not trying to be anybody that I'm not. And I don't think I'm biting off of a certain culture or copying a certain culture or trying to be part of a certain culture because, I like what I like.
Next up is Post Malone, the genre-blending superstar born Austin Richard Post. When he was just 20 and trying to make his mark, he got a big chance to shine on The Breakfast Club. But for Charlamagne Tha God, it was the perfect opportunity to throw some shade. The interview kicked off on a high note. Both Charlamagne and Malone were hyped about the Dallas Cowboys. But things took a turn when Malone mentioned his dad worked for the Cowboys as a concession officer. Charlamagne mocked the job title, making Malone jump in to defend his dad. Malone even offered Charlamagne free tickets to a game to cool things down, but Charlamagne wasn't done. Charlamagne went in on Malone's cornrows, cracking jokes about how all white people with cornrows look stupid. Malone kept it cool, saying he just likes what he likes. When Charlamagne tried to bait Malone into saying the N-word, Malone wasn't having it, calling out Charlamagne for trying to get him into trouble. The drama didn't stop there. Charlamagne started making digs at Malone's girlfriend, hinting that the fame would lead Malone to cheat. Malone shot back, saying he wasn't the type to mess up his relationship for some temporary fun. Afterwards, fans were all about Malone, praising how he handled the interview. Charlamagne came off like a troll, and Post Malone came out looking like the chill stand-up guy.
And when Joe Biden insulted you by saying, you ain't really black, we don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump, it seems to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part.
Larry Elder, a presidential candidate, brought some serious heat to the Breakfast Club. When he dropped by to talk about his plans for America, Charlamagne thought he'd get an easy win by grilling him. Instead, it turned into a full-on showdown. Elder's pitch was all about boosting black voices and improving communities, but Charlamagne and his crew were determined to make him look foolish. They even had the whole team ganging up on him. Elder dropped some serious facts about economic progress for black people, but Charlamagne and Kobo kept pushing back, questioning his every move. When Elder tackled systemic racism, saying it wasn't a major issue anymore, the tension shot through the roof. Charlamagne was clearly outmatched and had to rely on his laptop and some pre-written questions from his team to keep up. The debate got so heated it became almost comical, with Charlamagne looking more and more clueless as Elder confidently answered every jab. In the end, Charlamagne's lack of political know-how was on full display, while Larry Elder showed he knew his stuff. It was a prime example of how sometimes trying to play hardball can backfire when you're up against someone who's got the facts and the confidence to match.
Can't do nothing. That's what I'm saying.
You can't do nothing, big man. You can't do nothing. I know it's sort of good.
I ain't here for that.
Playing the garbage.
When Charlamagne isn't busy throwing sexist shade or racial digs, he loves digging into guests' personal drama, and not everyone's having it. Enter Fredro Starr from Onyx, who totally clashed with Charlamagne. Fredro Starr is a big deal in rap and acting. As a key member of the hardcore rap group Onyx, he was discovered by the legendary Jam Master Jay and signed to his JMJ Records. Onyx dropped 3 majorly successful albums before Fredro went solo. His work with Onyx scored him a nomination for Favorite Rap Hip-Hop New Artist at the 1994 American Music Awards and a win for Best Rap Album at the 1994 Soul Train Music Awards. Fredro's not just a rap star, he's also a seasoned actor with over 55 film and TV credits. He kicked off his acting career in the HBO drama Strapped and has been in hits like Clockers, Sunset Park, Ride, Light It Up, Save the Last Dance, and Torque. He even dropped the theme song Shining Through for Save the Last Dance with Jill Scott. He made his TV debut in Law & Order and New York Undercover, but he's best known for playing Quentin Q. Brooks on Moshe with Brandy. Fredro also appeared in The Wire, NYPD Blue, Blade, and CSI Miami. Plus, he co-hosted Dance 360, a daily dance competition show on Paramount. During their chat, Charlamagne brought up a rumor about Fredro hooking up with Brandy, which instantly set Fredro off. Things escalated quickly when Fredro reminded Charlamagne about the time 50 Cent supposedly punched him in the back of the head. Fredro didn't hold back and started making it clear he wasn't playing around. Charlamagne, sensing the tension, went radio silent, clearly shaken. The other hosts tried to steer the convo away from the heated moment, but the damage was done. If Charlamagne hadn't backed off so quickly, who knows how this showdown could have ended. Fredro wasn't playing, and it showed that Charlamagne's usual antics don't always fly.